Welcome to the Tachograph system. In this video, I would like to show you how the brake system works in the Tachograph tachograph and why it is one of the most advanced solutions ever introduced into the world of Euro Truck Simulator 2. The brake system is one of the most important parts of realistic driver time management. It is responsible for monitoring driving time, working time, and mandatory rest periods. In most solutions available until now in ETS2, this subject was handled in a very simple way, or often ignored completely. The game time moved at its own pace, the application time moved at another, and realism disappeared the moment someone tried to recreate real driver working rules. In OX-RAM system, things work differently. On the screen, you can see the current driving time, working time, and the remaining time before the next required break. As long as the vehicle is moving, the system continues counting active driving time. This means that every minute spent on the road brings the driver closer to the mandatory break. The tachograph here is not just a simple counter. It is a complete system that analyzes the driving session and makes sure that all time values are calculated in a logical and realistic way. When the vehicle is parked, and the required conditions for starting a brake are met, which means the engine is turned off and the parking brake is applied, we move to the brake panel. Inside this panel, there are 7 different types of brakes. For now, let us focus on the first 3. The first 3 brakes come directly from European Union regulations related to brakes during the working day. A driver is required to complete a 45-minute break before reaching 4.5 hours of driving time. This break can be taken as one full 45-minute break, or it can be split into 2 shorter breaks. The first must last 15 minutes, and the second must last 30 minutes. Now, let us start the 15-minute break. As you can see, a timer appears and begins counting down according to the game time. Below it, there are 2 buttons, skip and finish. The finish button cancels the break, while the skip button advances the break time directly inside the game. And this is exactly where you can see why the tachograph in Tachograph system is something truly unique. Until now, in similar solutions, taking a break usually meant either waiting in real time for it to end, or using systems that were never properly connected to the in-game time. The result was always the same: no synchronization, no realism, and the feeling that the application was working next to the game instead of together with it. Tachograph system solves that problem. Look closely at the in-game clock. When the skip button is pressed, the game clock advances by exactly the same number of minutes that were still remaining until the end of the break. This means that the game and the application are always 100% synchronized. The time inside the application and the time inside the game world work together as one complete system. Because of this, brakes are no longer just an artificial extra feature. They become a real part of the driving simulation. As you can see, after completing the 15-minute break, the 15-minute and 45-minute options become grayed out, and now we can only use the 30-minute break. Let us complete that one now. As you can see, the time is advanced again, and the system correctly continues the logic of the split break. This is very important because the tachograph does not only display brakes, it actually understands their order and their effect on the rest of the driving session. Now we move on to the 9-hour and 11-hour rest periods. The 9-hour rest is used when the daily driving time has been extended to 10 hours, while the 11-hour rest is used during the standard working mode. Now let us perform the 11-hour rest. As you can see, the in-game time moves forward, and inside the application, the driving time and the daily working time are reset. This clearly shows that Tachograph is not just a visual add-on. It is a complete tachograph system that monitors, analyzes, and resets the correct values exactly when it should. At this point, the only value left is the weekly driving time. To reset the weekly driving time, the system uses the 24-hour rest period. The 45-hour rest period, on the other hand, is used to reset the 2-week driving time, which will appear on the display in the next update, And this is exactly where you can truly understand what Oxram system really is. This is not just another simple time counter. This is not an ordinary mod pretending to be realistic. This is not a system working next to the game. This is the first tachograph system in the world of Euro Truck Simulator 2 that has successfully combined game time, brake logic, driving time, and working time into one fully synchronized mechanism. For a long time, many people tried to create a system that would not only look realistic, but would also work according to real rules while staying synchronized with the pace of the game world. Until now, nobody managed to achieve that in this way. Thanks to Oxram system, brakes are no longer just an obligation. They become a natural part of driving, adding realism, immersion, and a completely new level of experience to truck simulation in ETS2. And this is exactly what makes OX-RAM open a completely new chapter in the world of transport simulation. Thank you for watching. And I already invite you to the next videos where we will present more features of the Oxram system and more innovations that are changing the world of Euro Truck Simulator 2. See you in the next video.